What if the Italy you've always dreamed of is only the beginning of its story? Beyond the world-famous landmarks lies a country shaped by ancient empires, breathtaking landscapes, timeless traditions, and countless stories waiting to be discovered. Every city, every village, and every coastline reveals a different chapter that has inspired travelers for centuries. In this cinematic journey, we'll wander through the ancient streets of Rome, step inside the world's smallest nation at Vatican City, drift along Venice's peaceful canals, and stand among the towering peaks of the Dolomites. Together, we'll discover the tranquil beauty of Lake Como, explore the colorful cliffside villages of Cinque Terre, stroll through the rolling vineyards of Tuscany, and follow the spectacular coastline of Amalfi, where mountains and the Mediterranean meet in unforgettable harmony. Our adventure will then lead us across the island of Sicily before uncovering the extraordinary story of Pompeii, where an entire Roman city was preserved beneath volcanic ash, offering one of history's most remarkable windows into the past. This is more than a journey across Italy. It's an opportunity to experience the country's history, culture, nature, and everyday life through the eyes of a traveler. One destination, one story, and one unforgettable moment at a time. So find a comfortable place, relax, and let Italy reveal its timeless beauty, one breathtaking destination after another. How could a small settlement beside an ordinary river become one of the most powerful civilizations in human history? More than 2,700 years ago, according to Roman legend, twin brothers Romulus and Remus were abandoned as infants before being rescued by a she-wolf. Whether the story is myth or memory, it marks the beginning of Rome, a city whose influence would eventually stretch across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, leaving a legacy that still shapes the modern world. Built along the banks of the Tiber River and surrounded by 7 hills, Rome grew from a modest village into the capital of an empire unlike any before it. The Romans engineered roads that connected continents, aqueducts that carried fresh water for miles, and laws that became the foundation of many modern legal systems. Few cities have changed the course of history so profoundly. The city's greatest symbol is the Colosseum, where nearly 50,000 spectators once gathered to watch gladiators, exotic animals, and elaborate public spectacles. Yet beneath its magnificent stone arches lies a more complex story. These events were not only entertainment, they reflected the immense power, wealth, and political influence of the Roman Empire, while also revealing the harsh realities of life 2,000 years ago. Beyond its famous monuments, Rome remains a city where history lives alongside everyday life. Residents enjoy espresso in squares once crossed by emperors. Children play near ruins older than entire nations, and church bells echo through streets that have witnessed triumphs, invasions, and rebirths. The past is not preserved behind museum walls. It continues to shape the rhythm of the city itself. One fascinating detail many visitors never notice is that beneath modern Rome lies another Rome. Layers of ancient streets, forgotten temples, hidden houses, and early Christian churches remain buried beneath the city, allowing archaeologists to uncover new pieces of history even today. Few places on Earth continue to reveal their past quite so literally. Rome is more than the story of an empire. It is the story of human ambition, resilience, innovation, and the enduring desire to build something that outlives generations. And although the emperors are long gone, the eternal city continues to inspire millions who walk its streets every year. But as Rome's political power slowly declined, another influence quietly emerged from within its ancient walls, one that would reach far beyond the borders of any empire. Just across the Tiber River lies the smallest independent nation on Earth, where faith, art, and history have shaped the lives of billions. Our journey now continues to Vatican City. Hidden within the heart of Rome lies a country so small that you can walk across it in less than an hour. Yet despite covering only 44 hectares, Vatican City has shaped the spiritual lives of more than 1 billion Catholics for centuries. It is the smallest independent nation on Earth, but its influence reaches every corner of the globe. The history of the Vatican is deeply connected to St. Peter, one of Jesus Christ's closest apostles. Christian tradition holds that Peter was martyred in Rome during the 1st century and buried on what later became Vatican Hill. Centuries afterward, Emperor Constantine ordered the construction of a church above his tomb, laying the foundation for what would eventually become one of Christianity's holiest sites. Today, St. Peter's Basilica dominates the skyline with its magnificent dome, designed in part by Michelangelo. Inside, visitors encounter breathtaking marble halls, priceless sculptures, and masterpieces that represent centuries of artistic devotion. Every detail, from the towering columns to the intricate mosaics, reflects a blend of faith, history, and extraordinary craftsmanship. Just beyond the Basilica, St. Peter's Square welcomes millions of pilgrims and travelers each year. Designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini, its sweeping colonnades symbolize the open arms of the church, embracing people from every nation and culture. It is not only a place of worship, but also a gathering point where history continues to unfold during papal ceremonies and global events. One remarkable fact that many visitors never realize is that beneath St. Peter's Basilica lies an ancient necropolis, where archaeologists uncovered tombs dating back to Roman times. Among these discoveries are remains long believed by many scholars to be closely connected with the burial place of St. Peter himself, adding another fascinating layer to one of the world's most sacred destinations. Though tiny in size, Vatican City reminds us that influence is not measured by territory. Its art traditions and spiritual heritage have crossed oceans and generations, leaving an enduring mark on human civilization. As our journey moves beyond the world of faith, we now arrive in the city where another revolution began, not one of religion, but of creativity. Welcome to Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance. As the first rays of sunlight wash over Florence, the city slowly awakens beneath a sea of terracotta rooftops. The Arno River reflects centuries-old bridges in its calm waters, while the scent of fresh espresso drifts through quiet streets lined with elegant Renaissance buildings. It's easy to understand why so many travelers fall in love with Florence before they've even visited a single museum. Yet beneath this peaceful atmosphere lies one of the most extraordinary chapters in human history. More than 600 years ago, Florence became the birthplace of the Renaissance, a movement that transformed art, science, and philosophy across Europe. Visionaries such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Botticelli found inspiration here, supported by the influential Medici family, whose passion for culture helped shape the modern world. But Florence isn't defined only by its famous names. Wander through its narrow streets and you'll discover local artisans carefully crafting leather by hand, family-owned cafés serving recipes passed down through generations, and lively piazzas where residents still gather each evening to talk, laugh, and enjoy life's simple pleasures. In Florence, history is not locked away in museums, it continues to live through its people. Nature also plays a quiet but unforgettable role. Beyond the city rise the rolling hills of Tuscany, dotted with vineyards, olive groves, and rows of graceful cypress trees. As golden light spreads across the countryside at sunset, Florence reveals a softer side, where breathtaking landscapes and timeless architecture exist in perfect harmony. One fascinating detail that many visitors overlook is the tiny wine windows, known as Bucette del Vino, built into the walls of historic palaces more than 4 centuries ago. Wealthy families once sold wine directly through these small openings, and remarkably some have returned to use in recent years, offering a charming glimpse into Florence's enduring traditions. Florence reminds us that true beauty is never created overnight. It grows through generations of artists, dreamers, craftsmen, and ordinary people who leave a small part of themselves behind. And as our journey continues, we'll leave the gentle hills of Tuscany for a city unlike any other on Earth, a place where roads are replaced by canals, and the sea has always been both friend and protector. Welcome to Venice. There is something almost unreal about arriving in Venice. No engines roar through busy streets, no endless lines of traffic fill the air. Instead, gondolas and wooden boats glide quietly through emerald green canals as centuries-old palaces rise directly from the water. Built across more than 100 small islands, connected by hundreds of bridges, Venice is one of the few places on Earth where the journey itself becomes part of the destination. Life here has always belonged to the sea. More than 1,000 years ago, people fleeing invading armies sought safety in this shallow lagoon, building homes on wooden piles driven deep into the muddy seabed. Against all odds, those fragile settlements grew into one of the richest maritime republics in history, controlling trade routes that connected Europe with the Middle East and Asia. Venice became a city where merchants, explorers, and cultures met, leaving behind an extraordinary blend of architecture traditions and ideas. As you wander through its narrow alleyways, every turn reveals another hidden square, quiet canal, or elegant stone bridge. Laundry hangs above the water. Between colorful homes, local cafes spill onto peaceful corners, and the sound of church bells drifts across the lagoon. Even today, many residents still rely on boats to deliver everything from groceries to emergency services, preserving a way of life unlike anywhere else in the world. Beyond the famous Grand Canal, Venice rewards those willing to slow down. Early in the morning, fishermen return with the day's catch, while artisans continue the centuries-old craft of glass-making on the nearby island of Murano. On Murano, brightly painted houses line the canals, a tradition believed to have helped fishermen find their homes through the thick coastal fog. These quiet moments reveal the authentic soul of Venice, far beyond its postcard views. One little-known fact is that the thousands of wooden foundations supporting Venice have survived for centuries because they remain permanently submerged beneath oxygen-poor water. Instead of decaying, the timber gradually hardened, allowing an entire city to stand where many believed construction would be impossible. Venice is a reminder that human determination can flourish even in the most unlikely places. Here, the sea has never been an obstacle. It has always been a partner, shaping every street, every tradition, and every generation that calls this remarkable city home. But our journey through Italy is about to leave the water behind and climb toward a landscape sculpted by nature itself, where jagged peaks rise above emerald valleys. Our next destination is the breathtaking Dolomites. Leaving behind Italy's historic cities, the landscape changes dramatically. Rolling vineyards give way to towering limestone peaks, crystal-clear alpine lakes, and endless forests stretching toward the horizon. Welcome to the Dolomites, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where nature reveals one of its most breathtaking masterpieces. Here, every winding mountain road feels like an invitation to slow down and simply admire the view. Formed over 250 million years ago beneath an ancient tropical sea, these pale mountains carry a remarkable geological story. As sunlight moves across their rugged cliffs, the rocks transform from soft grey to glowing shades of pink and orange, a phenomenon known locally as enrosadera. According to Laden legend, these colors are the reflection of an enchanted kingdom that once covered the mountains, leaving behind a magical glow that still appears at sunrise and sunset. Life in the Dolomites has always been shaped by the mountains. Small villages with wooden chalets rest peacefully in wide green valleys where church steeples rise above flower-filled meadows and cattle graze beneath snow-capped peaks. Many local families still preserve the traditions of the Ladin people, one of Europe's oldest cultural communities, whose unique language and customs have survived here for centuries, despite the changing world beyond the mountains. For travelers, the Dolomites offer more than spectacular scenery. Hiking trails lead to hidden alpine lakes that mirror the surrounding peaks. Cable cars reveal sweeping panoramic views, and every season paints the mountains with a different personality, from vibrant wildflowers in summer to golden forests in autumn and deep snow during winter. No matter when you arrive, the silence here feels almost as unforgettable as the landscape itself. One fascinating detail many visitors never discover is that these mountains were once the front line of one of the highest battlefields in World War I. Soldiers carved tunnels, shelters, and climbing routes directly into the cliffs, many of which can still be explored today. Beneath the peaceful beauty lies a powerful reminder of both nature's endurance and humanity's resilience. Standing among these soaring peaks, it's easy to forget the noise of everyday life. The Dolomites invite you to breathe more slowly, look a little longer, and appreciate a world where nature remains beautifully untouched. Yet Italy's northern landscapes still have another surprise waiting. From rugged mountains, our journey now descends to a place where tranquil blue waters meet elegant lakeside villas. Welcome to the timeless beauty of Lake Como. As the mountains begin to soften, another side of northern Italy quietly unfolds. Surrounded by dramatic alpine peaks, Lake Como stretches like a ribbon of blue through the landscape. Its calm waters reflecting elegant villas, colorful lakeside villages, and forests that seem to tumble gently toward the shore. It is a place where nature doesn't compete with history, it embraces it. Lake Como has been admired for more than 2,000 years. Even during the Roman Empire, wealthy nobles escaped here to enjoy the cooler climate and peaceful scenery. Centuries later, aristocrats, writers, musicians, and artists followed the same path, drawn by the lake's quiet beauty and slower pace of life. Today, that timeless atmosphere remains almost unchanged, making every visit feel like stepping into another era. Exploring the lake is best done from the water itself. Small ferries glide between charming villages like Bellagio Verena and Menaggio, where narrow stone streets wind past flower-filled balconies, family-run cafés, and waterfront promenades. Locals gather in lively piazzas. Fishermen prepare their boats before sunrise, and church bells echo gently across the lake, creating a rhythm that has defined life here for generations. The surrounding landscape is just as captivating. Olive groves and cypress trees climb the hillsides, while mountain trails reveal breathtaking viewpoints overlooking the shimmering water below. In spring and summer, Colorful gardens bloom around centuries-old villas, and as evening approaches, the setting sun paints the lake with warm shades of gold, turning an already beautiful scene into something unforgettable. One little-known fact is that Lake Como is one of the deepest lakes in Europe, reaching depths of more than 400 meters. Its distinctive upside-down Y shape was carved by massive glaciers during the last ice age, leaving behind the dramatic shoreline that continues to fascinate geologists and travelers alike. There is a quiet elegance about Lake Como that never asks for attention. It simply invites you to slow down, breathe in the fresh mountain air, and appreciate the harmony between water nature and human craftsmanship. But Italy's coastline still holds another treasure, waiting beyond the mountains, a place where colorful villages cling to towering cliffs above the sparkling Mediterranean Sea. Our next destination is the unforgettable Cinque Terre. Along Italy's rugged Ligurian coastline lies a place that seems almost too beautiful to be real. 5 colorful villages cling to towering cliffs above the sparkling Mediterranean, their pastel homes stacked one upon another as if they had grown naturally from the rock itself. Welcome to Cinque Terre, where every bend in the coastline reveals another breathtaking view, and every path tells a story shaped by both nature and human determination. For centuries, these villages remained isolated from the outside world. With little flat land available, local families carved thousands of stone terraces into the steep mountainsides, transforming impossible slopes into vineyards and olive groves. It was an extraordinary achievement that not only allowed communities to survive, but also created one of Italy's most iconic landscapes. Even today, many of these ancient terraces are carefully maintained by hand, preserving traditions passed down through generations. Walking through Cinque Terre is unlike exploring any ordinary destination. Narrow alleyways wind between colorful houses, fishing boats rest gently in tiny harbors, and the scent of fresh seafood drifts from family-owned restaurants overlooking the sea. Locals greet one another by name. Children play in quiet piazzas, and life moves at a pace guided more by the tides than by the clock. Nature is never far away. Scenic hiking trails connect each of the 5 villages, offering spectacular views of dramatic cliffs, turquoise waters, and vineyards that seem to disappear into the horizon. At sunset, the entire coastline glows with warm shades of gold and orange, while the Mediterranean reflects the changing sky in a display that feels almost unreal. One fascinating detail that many visitors never notice is that the dry stone walls supporting the famous terraces stretch for thousands of kilometers, when combined far longer than the coastline itself. Built without cement, these remarkable structures have protected the hillsides from erosion for centuries and stand as a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the local people. Cinque Terre reminds us that the most extraordinary places are often created through harmony rather than conquest. Here, generations have learned to work with the landscape instead of against it, allowing nature, tradition, and community to flourish side by side. But our journey through Italy now turns inland once more, where rolling hills, endless vineyards, and medieval villages reveal the timeless heart of the country. Welcome to Tuscany. Some places impress you the moment you arrive. Tuscany does something different. It slowly captures your heart. As you travel through its rolling hills, endless vineyards, silver olive groves, and quiet medieval villages, time seems to lose its urgency. The scenery changes gently with every season, yet its beauty never fades, making Tuscany one of the most recognizable and beloved landscapes in the world. For thousands of years, these fertile hills have supported generations of farmers, winemakers, and craftsmen. Long before the Renaissance transformed nearby Florence, the ancient Etruscans settled this region, leaving behind traditions that would later influence Roman civilization. Today, that deep connection between people and the land remains at the heart of Tuscan life, where many vineyards and olive farms continue to be operated by the same families across generations. Driving along the winding country roads, you'll pass rows of graceful cypress trees leading to centuries-old stone villas, while fields of sunflowers sway beneath the warm Mediterranean sun. Small villages invite visitors to slow down, explore narrow, cobbled streets, and enjoy simple pleasures. A glass of locally produced wine, freshly baked bread, dipped in golden olive oil, or conversations that linger long after the meal has ended. Here, hospitality is not a tradition reserved for tourists. It is simply a way of life. Nature and culture exist in perfect harmony throughout Tuscany. Every vineyard reflects centuries of experience. Every farmhouse tells a family story, and every sunset transforms the hills into waves of gold and amber. It's no surprise that countless painters, writers, and filmmakers have found inspiration here, drawn by landscapes that feel almost untouched by time. One fascinating detail many travelers never discover is that Tuscany is home to the famous Strade Bianche, or white roads, ancient gravel routes that have crossed these hills for centuries. Originally built to connect isolated farms and villages, they now offer some of the most scenic drives and cycling routes in all of Europe, revealing corners of Tuscany that many visitors never experience. Tuscany isn't a place that asks you to rush from one landmark to another. Instead, it teaches you to appreciate the journey itself, to pause, to breathe, and to find beauty in life's quiet moments. But beyond these peaceful hills, Italy's coastline is about to reveal an entirely different spectacle where towering cliffs plunge into brilliant blue waters and colorful villages cling dramatically to the edge of the sea. Our journey now continues to the breathtaking Amalfi Coast. As the road winds along towering cliffs above the Mediterranean Sea, every turn reveals a view more breathtaking than the last. Colorful villages cascade down steep hillsides toward tiny beaches. Lemon groves perfume the warm coastal air, and endless shades of blue stretch beyond the horizon. Welcome to the Amalfi Coast, where Italy's dramatic landscape and relaxed coastal lifestyle come together in perfect harmony. Long before it became one of the world's most celebrated coastlines, Amalfi was a powerful maritime republic. During the Middle Ages, its merchants sailed across the Mediterranean, trading with distant civilizations and bringing wealth, culture, and new ideas back to these rugged shores. Today, traces of that remarkable history remain in ancient churches, narrow stone alleyways, and picturesque harbors that have welcomed travelers for centuries. Life here follows the rhythm of the sea. Fishermen still leave before sunrise, local markets overflow with fresh seafood, handmade ceramics and fragrant lemons, while cafés overlook sparkling bays where boats gently drift with the tide. The famous Amalfi lemons, much larger and sweeter than ordinary varieties, have become a symbol of the region and are used to create the world-renowned liqueur known as limoncello. Nature is the true masterpiece of the Amalfi Coast. Vertical cliffs plunge dramatically into crystal-clear waters, hidden coves invite quiet moments away from the crowds, and scenic hiking trails reveal panoramic views that seem to stretch forever. As evening approaches, the golden sunlight paints the colorful villages in warm shades of amber, creating a landscape that feels almost too perfect to be real. The Amalfi Coast is more than a beautiful destination. It is a reminder that some of the world's greatest wonders are created when people adapt to nature rather than trying to conquer it. Yet Italy still holds one final coastline where history runs even deeper. Our journey now crosses the sparkling waters of the Mediterranean to Sicily, an island where Greek temples, Norman castles, volcanic landscapes, and countless civilizations have left their mark across thousands of years. Separated from mainland Italy by the narrow Strait of Messina, Sicily feels like a world of its own. Here, turquoise waters meet golden beaches, ancient temples rise beneath clear blue skies, and Europe's tallest active volcano watches silently over the island. Every coastline, every village, and every mountain carries the story of countless civilizations that once called this remarkable place home. For more than 3,000 years, Sicily has stood at the crossroads of the Mediterranean. Greeks built magnificent temples here. Romans turned the island into the empire's breadbasket, while Arabs introduced citrus fruits and advanced irrigation that forever transformed the landscape. Later, the Normans blended these cultures into a unique architectural style found nowhere else in the world. Few places on Earth display such a rich tapestry of history within a single destination. Travel across Sicily today and you'll discover lively fishing villages, colorful open-air markets, and welcoming towns where daily life still revolves around family food and tradition. Fresh seafood, handmade pastries, fragrant oranges, pistachios, and locally produced wines fill market stalls, while evenings bring families together in bustling piazzas where conversations continue long after sunset. Nature is equally unforgettable, from dramatic cliffs overlooking the Mediterranean to quiet olive groves stretching across rolling hills. Sicily offers an extraordinary variety of landscapes. Dominating them all is Mount Etna, whose snow-covered summit often rises above clouds, while rivers of ancient lava have shaped the island for thousands of years. Rather than fearing the volcano, many Sicilians have learned to live alongside it, as its mineral-rich soil produces some of Italy's finest vineyards and orchards. One fascinating detail that many visitors never realize is that Sicily was once considered one of the most important centers of the ancient Greek world. In fact, the Valley of the Temples near Agrigento contains some of the best preserved Greek temples outside modern-day Greece, reminding us that this island was once a thriving heart of classical civilization. Sicily is a place where every generation has left something behind, yet none have erased the stories that came before. Its landscapes, cultures, and traditions blend together into an island unlike anywhere else in Europe, a fitting finale to a journey across Italy. From the ancient streets of Rome to the peaceful hills of Tuscany, from Venice's shimmering canals to the towering peaks of the Dolomites, Italy reveals itself not simply as a country, but as a collection of living stories, each waiting to be discovered by those willing to slow down and truly experience them. The closer you travel toward Mount Vesuvius, the quieter the landscape begins to feel. Vineyards blanket the fertile hillsides. Small villages thrive beneath the volcano's towering silhouette, and life carries on as it has for generations. It's difficult to imagine that beneath this peaceful setting lies one of history's most extraordinary time capsules, a city where everyday life was suddenly brought to a standstill nearly 2,000 years ago. Pompeii wasn't built to become a museum. It was once a lively Roman city filled with merchants opening their shops at sunrise, children running through stone streets, neighbors gathering in public squares, and families preparing meals inside colorful homes. On an ordinary summer day in AD 79, everything changed. Mount Vesuvius erupted with unimaginable force, covering the city beneath layers of volcanic ash. Instead of destroying every trace of life, the ash preserved it, creating one of the world's most remarkable archaeological discoveries. Walking through Pompeii today feels less like visiting ancient ruins and more like stepping into someone's hometown. Worn stone roads still bear the grooves left by Roman carts. Elegant villas display colorful frescoes that have survived for centuries. Public baths, bakeries, theaters, and marketplaces remain where they once served thousands of residents, offering an incredibly personal glimpse into everyday life during the Roman Empire. Above it all stands Mount Vesuvius, still one of Europe's most closely monitored active volcanoes. Hiking toward its crater reveals sweeping views across the Bay of Naples, where brilliant blue waters meet fertile volcanic plains. The same eruptions that once reshaped history have also enriched the surrounding soil, allowing vineyards, orchards, and farms to flourish. Here, destruction and renewal exist side by side, reminding visitors of nature's extraordinary power. Standing among these ancient streets, it's impossible not to reflect on how fragile every civilization can be. Yet Pompeii is remembered not because it disappeared, but because it allows us to meet the people who once lived here with remarkable clarity. As our journey across Italy comes to its close, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. This country is more than a collection of beautiful destinations. It is a living tapestry where history, culture, nature, and everyday life continue to shape one another, inviting every traveler to experience Italy not through a checklist of landmarks, but through the stories waiting around every corner. As our journey across Italy comes to an end, one thing becomes beautifully clear. This country is far more than a collection of famous landmarks. It is a place where every sunrise illuminates centuries of history, every village preserves traditions that refuse to fade, and every landscape tells a story shaped by nature and the people who have called it home. From the ancient streets of Rome and the peaceful beauty of Lake Como to the colorful cliffs of Cinque Terre, the rolling hills of Tuscany, the dramatic Amalfi Coast, and the timeless ruins of Pompeii, each destination has revealed a different chapter of Italy's remarkable identity. Together, they remind us that the true spirit of a place isn't found in monuments alone, but in its culture, its people, and the unforgettable moments discovered along the way. Perhaps the greatest memories we take home are not the photographs we capture, but the quiet moments we experience, the sound of church bells echoing through an old village, the scent of lemon trees carried by the sea breeze, the golden lights stretching across vineyards at sunset, or the simple joy of wandering without knowing what lies around the next corner. Thank you for traveling through Italy with us. Wherever your next adventure leads, may it inspire the same sense of curiosity, wonder, and appreciation for the incredible stories our world continues to share. Until the next journey, keep exploring, keep discovering, and never stop seeing the world with fresh eyes.